So one, I would like to point out I am sick, like sick, oh my god. But basically, throughout the course of this entire video, I was only wearing one earring. But by the time I figured that out, it was too late, and I can't refilm it because I'm sick. Like, do you hear my voice? I sound like a 90-year-old chain smoker. Like, I sound nothing like myself. So, just make fun of me lightly, please.
Hi guys, it's Cassidy. This week I'm just going to talk about things that are on my mind because I am at this time of change, seeing as how I am now a senior in high school. Whoa. I started this channel right before my freshman year started, and so like it's so weird going back and looking at my piranha mouth things. Here's a picture. Something I've really been thinking about a lot is what I'm gonna major in college and like what I'm gonna do when I'm older, because you know that's something you kind of need to be thinking about right now. I have so many interests, but everything is just so out there, like so hard to get into. I want to get into music production, I want to be a film producer, I want to be a photographer. Like those are my top 3 things that I want to do. Like I also want to be like an applications developer and like, you know, like doing code and things like that because I already know things like that. I would love to do like interior design, like just all these random things. There's so many things I have interest in, but like nothing like set in stone. Nothing I can just be like, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. I don't know what school I want to apply to. Like it's so stressful. If you're in your older like high school years, you're probably thinking about these things right now and you're like, what the heck am I gonna do? Hopefully I'm not the only one. Something else I've been thinking about, when I went to California this summer, I went by myself instead of like with a friend or a family member or anything like that. I literally got on the plane on my own, figured everything out on my own, and like literally all on my own, and everything went really, actually it all went well. Like I was proud of myself for adulting that well. When it was time to leave California, I ended up missing my flight, which really sucks because it was like a flight straight from LAX to Charlotte, which would have been perfect and amazing because I hate layovers. But since I missed my flight, they didn't have like another flight that was going straight from LAX to Charlotte until like a day later. So there wasn't really much I could do besides just take a flight with a layover. They gave me a flight to Vegas with a 12-hour layover in Vegas, and then I went to Charlotte. And keep in mind, I had like $20 left in my bank account at the most. I really have no idea how much I had. And this random man, he was like Japanese, he came up to me and he was talking to me, and I didn't really understand what he was saying because like he could not speak English whatsoever. Like he had a translator. I don't think he knew how to work it because the only thing he knew how to ask me is our flight gonna arrive on time, and he wasn't even like on my flight. And he gave me candy and I was afraid to eat it because like you never take candy from strangers, like duh. But that's just like a random story from the airport at Vegas. I stayed in the airport for 12 hours because I was by myself and I was afraid to like leave because if I left, you know, something bad could happen. So I just didn't leave. It was like a Sunday, so like I couldn't upload my videos. I was already like freaking out enough already. It was just so bad, like oh my god. In that time that I was like stuck in Vegas and all, I kind of realized that although I always wanted to move to California after I finished with high school or college one, I kind of realized that there's no way I'll be able to do that like on my own, because I realized like I'm not independent enough to do something like that. Maybe it's just because I'm not matured all the way or like older, or maybe I'm even overthinking it, but like this time when I was out there, I had to fend for myself and it was so awful. Like I thought I could handle it, but I'm not really sure if I can. Like I just felt like lonely and scared and it wasn't fun, man. I'm sort of having an existential crisis because I don't know what college I'm going to, don't know what I'm majoring in, don't know what I'm going to do, don't even know where I'm going to live. Like oh my god. And I feel like I'm the only one because everybody else that I'm going to school with literally knows their exact major, where they're going to live, like where they're going to college, like everything. They know everything and I know absolutely nothing. Something else I kind of been thinking about is the only feedback we ever receive is about our looks, and it kind of makes you just feel like a shell of a person, you know? Like you never receive feedback on the things you're doing that are good or anything like that. It's always just about, oh you look pretty, oh you look good. Like the comments on Instagram are all about the way you look, and everything is becoming about the way you look and not about the things you do. And I know it's been like that for years, but like with social media and things like that, it's just getting like worse and worse and worse, and eventually it's gonna be literally, that's the only thing anything's ever gonna be centered around. And just something else, you're literally only going to be as good as the people as you surround yourself with. And that's something I'll say and you'll just be like, duh Cassidy, everybody knows that. It's not really something you take into play, like you never like apply that. So you surround yourself with people who maybe like drink or do drugs, and then you do that thing, you do those things too. And I'm not saying like you're an awful person if you do that, I'm just saying maybe those aren't the best options, you know? That's just my personal opinion. Like I don't drink, I don't do drugs because I don't like those things. But that's another topic, and I'm gonna actually move on to that right now because that's something else I've been thinking about. A lot of people that I'm around nowadays, clearly because I'm in high school, that everybody drinks and they do drugs and they party, and I do none of those things, which means I'm kind of like out of the loop because pretty much literally every single person does at least one of the 3 things, and I do 0 of those things. So since everybody else is doing that, they're kind of like all like huddled together in this group, and I'm just like off over here by myself. It's kind of difficult because I have these morals, and like I know I don't want to do it. Like no, not even peer pressure is not like is not something I have to worry about because like literally I know for a fact that I don't want to do it, so I'm not gonna do it. But like it's just kind of not fun to like watch all of your peers kind of like have this thing in common, and then you're just kind of like off alone, you know, like the worst thing I do is stay up till 6 a.m. watching Malcolm in the Middle on freaking Netflix for no good reason. I'm literally the only person that does not do those things in my grade. Like that's kind of sad, honestly. And so everybody else just has this one thing in common, so I just kind of feel like I don't really belong there in a way. But like I know I do because like I'm friends with these people and they're all good people and they're all really nice, but I feel like they all have something that I don't because of that. I think I've gotten a little too deep for a video, really. If you kind of feel like that too, I'm just here to say, you know, you're not the only person who feels like that, because me too. I'm a senior and I'm literally the only person who has never had a drop of alcohol in my mouth or an ounce of weed in my system. I don't know, whatever. But I don't even go to parties. Like the closest thing to a party I went to was prom, and I didn't like, you know what I mean? Nobody knows what I mean. So this video was probably a lot more serious than my other videos. This video is literally just me having an existential crisis on camera, honestly. Like I felt like I was just kind of sitting here like talking to a friend, you know, and just getting my thoughts like spoken out loud, because a lot of times I just kind of keep my thoughts in my head and I don't really say them out loud. Putting my thoughts to word kind of helps, and hopefully it kind of makes you guys think a little bit, or maybe you guys can relate to this, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. And if not, then maybe you can just see somebody else's point of view on things. I know this video was like super scattered and all over the place, but if you liked it anyways, give it a thumbs up, and you can follow me on all my social media. All links to everything's gonna be in the down bar below. So yeah.